Number 10, let's start off with Blazblue Entropy Effect. Now, this is actually one of my favorite indie games of all time because it's an anime game, I like JRPGs, and I like Blazblue. So this game is a standout even for someone new to Blazblue or fighting games. It masterfully combines 2D action with intuitive fighting game inputs, delivering an exhilarating mix of battle, platforming, and character mastery. Every moment makes you feel powerful, with gameplay that's as satisfying as it is. The game feel is exceptional, with characters moving in ways that embody their unique traits, whether it's Asus' heavy sweeping sword attacks or Noel's agile gunplay. Each character has a distinct personality in their playstyle. Learning their quirks becomes a rewarding experience, and their individuality is reflected not just in movement but in the variety of powerful builds you can create. From Noel's sneaky backstabs to Az's endless juggling combos, the game emphasizes player agency and creativity. Not to mention, stages are challenging but never unfair, with intricate layouts requiring precise dodges and counters. Clear visual cues from enemies and diverse character-specific dodging abilities ensure that every situation feels manageable. Combat itself is a work of art, with fluid combos allowing you to stun lock, outwit, and outmaneuver enemies in a dance-like flow that's deeply satisfying. And boss fights, man. Boss fights are a highlight, offering fair challenges with distinct attack patterns, weaknesses, and moments of vulnerability. Exploiting these feels rewarding without being punishing. The game shines as a roguelike, balanced challenge all the way and a good accessibility. Maybe it's on the easier side for some, but allows difficulty tweaks, ensuring that every run feels balanced and respects your efforts. Well, in short, the game is a masterclass in fairness, fun, and freedom. It challenges you to improve without ever feeling frustrating, leaving you satisfied and eager for the next run. Of course, the next in the list is Cuphead. Cuphead is a stunning indie masterpiece that blends challenging gameplay with breathtaking artistry. Now, I know Cuphead should be higher in this list, but Cuphead is always in the list for amazing indie games, and that's why it is stuck in number 9. And I also want to put something else higher to make it fair, because you know, Cuphead, yeah, it's Cuphead. You guys already know it's amazing, so yeah. For sure, this game isn't for those seeking an easy, laid-back experience. It's a demanding test of skill that will have you dying repeatedly, same like Elden Ring, Dark Souls, and any Soulsborne games. But for fans of tough games like that, and a vintage animation, it's an unforgettable experience. The hand-drawn visuals are its standout feature, inspired by classic cartoons with vibrant colors, fluid motion, and charmingly expressive characters. Every frame is meticulously crafted, making the game feel like a living work of art, and yeah, it is a living work of art. Beyond the visuals, Cuphead is mechanically solid with tight, responsive controls and a variety of weapons and abilities that keep gameplay engaging and fresh. Its fantastic soundtrack perfectly complements the retro aesthetics and action-packed gameplay, enhancing the overall experience. Cuphead is challenging but rewarding at the same time, and its combination of artistry and mechanics makes it a must-play for fans of indie games and animation alike. And we also have Bastion. If you guys remember this game was on mobile and then it was imported to PC, and now here it is. So Bastion is by Supergiant Games, who also made Hades, and is a masterpiece that seamlessly blends artistic brilliance with mechanical precision, creating an experience that lingers long after the credits roll. Its non-linear narrative is guided by a captivating narrator, weaving a living story shaped by the player's actions and enriched with deep lore. The gameplay offers freedom through a wide range of weapons, upgrades, and abilities, allowing players to tailor their playstyle while delivering satisfying and well-balanced hack-and-slash combat. The game's stunning presentation, vivid hand-painted visuals, dynamic level design, and an unforgettable soundtrack sets a new standard for indie ingenuity and originality. Bastion is a triumph for vision and execution, proving that small teams can deliver unforgettable, genre-defying experience.
Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid.
Well, in number 7 we have Chain Echoes. Yes, of course this game is in this list. Chain Echoes is a lovingly crafted RPG that blends classic inspiration with modern innovation, remarkable vision, and genre expertise. Matthias Linda has created a game that feels polished to near perfection, avoiding common RPG pitfalls and refining systems to deliver a seamless, engaging experience. Its balanced combat encourages strategic use of character abilities, aided by a satisfying overdrive mechanic that rewards thoughtful play. Encounters are meaningful side quests tied directly into the narrative, and the absence of filler fetch quests enhances the journey even more. With flexible difficulty settings and a meticulously designed reward system and a standout soundtrack by Eddie Marianokrof, I hope I pronounced that correctly, stands as one of the best in the genre in years. So, if you want to play a good RPG, a very nostalgic RPG, this game is for you. Oh, a reminder that Sea of Stars is also available on Steam. So, Chain Echoes and Sea of Stars, they're both very good. Rainworld is a deeply unique experience that appeals to a niche audience, offering both mix of survival mechanics, intentional jank, and a difficulty curve that can be both frustrating and rewarding. You know, Dark Souls, yeah. Its design embraces unpredictability, forcing players to adapt to moments beyond their control, which enhances the feeling of vulnerability, but may alienate some. Movement and combat mechanics are unconventional, requiring creative use of limited resources like spears and rocks, and the survival elements demand patience over constant action. While repetitive elements, especially in the DLC, and a steep learning curve may deter some players, those who persevere are rewarded with breathtaking environments, impressive AI, and a memorable ending. It's not for everyone for sure, but for those who embraces its quirks, Rainworld is a captivating and unforgettable journey. Nine Souls. Nine Souls is a beautifully crafted, challenging Metroidvania that blends fluid platforming, intricate combat mechanics, and a rich, lore-filled world with a unique Tau-punk aesthetic. Its core gameplay, inspired by titles like Sekiro and Hollow Knight, focuses on precise parry mechanics and dynamic boss fights that demand patience, adaptability, and experimentation. The hand-drawn animations, stunning visuals, and an atmospheric soundtrack elevate the experience, while its story offers engaging world building steeped in Taiwanese mythology, history, and moral complexities. Though the game's difficulty may be polarizing, adjustable settings and a gradual learning curve make it approachable for those willing to persevere. The talisman and jade systems adapt to the combat strategy, while unique level designs and genre shifts keep exploration fresh. However, minor issues such as item tracking and map guidance could benefit from refinement. Despite these nitpicks, Nine Souls stands out as a masterfully designed, heartfelt game deserving of a larger audience. It is a must-play for fans of challenging, story-rich adventures, and that is why this game is sitting on overwhelmingly positive on Steam. So definitely check this game out. It's fun, it is worth your time, it's worth your money. And in number 4 we have Stray. Well, Stray is it is a cat game. You play as a cat, you explore as a cat, and be curious as a cat as you explore the city, and you meow as a cat. 10 out of 10. Celeste or Celeste, I don't know how to pronounce it, but Celeste is an exceptional 2D platformer that combines tight, innovative gameplay with meaningful storytelling. Its core mechanic, a simple 8-directional dash, is ingeniously expanded upon with new elements in each level such as speed boosting bubbles and momentum-based jumps. These additions enhance the gameplay without overcomplicating it, creating a finely tuned balance that feels both challenging and fair. Every jump and maneuver is meticulously designed, rewarding both skill and problem solving. The game excels in its presentation, boasting a charming pixel art style and an incredible soundtrack that keeps the adrenaline pumping, especially in the harder B-side and C-side levels. The narrative is equally impressive, using the protagonist climb up a mountain as a metaphor for personal growth and overcoming struggles, which makes the difficulty feel purposely and emotionally resonant. While the main campaign is relatively short, the wealth of collectibles and extra levels adds replayability. Celeste is a near-flawless game, offering a deeply satisfying platforming experience paired with a heartfelt story. It is a must-play fans for the genre, 10 out of 10. And in number 2, one of my favorite, Thymesia. Thymesia is a Souls-like indie game, and it is a challenging action RPG that blends the fast-paced combat of Sekiro with the dark, atmospheric tone of Bloodborne. Its standout mechanics involve managing enemies' dual-layered health bars, using your sword to reveal wounds and claws to permanently reduce their max health. This system promotes aggressive gameplay, requiring relentless combos to prevent enemies from regenerating. The combat is highly customizable through a versatile skill tree, letting players alter abilities, experiment with playstyles, and customize freely. The addition of plague weapons, which can be stolen from enemies or equipped for recurring use, adds depth and replayability with an arsenal of tools like bows, great swords, and halberds. Set in a plague-stricken kingdom of Hermes, the story follows Corvus, a crow-human hybrid, as he unravels fragmented memories to discover a cure. The narrative is simple yet compelling, tying into the gameplay with memory-focused progression and multiple endings determined by key items found in optional quests. The game also features subquests that remix areas with new challenges. While the lore is intriguing, the real highlights are the intense boss fights, fluid combat, and atmospheric design. As an indie studio's first effort, Thymesia impresses with its innovative mechanics and polished execution, making it a must-play for any Souls-like fans. Try it, man, you will not regret it. The last but not least, of course, again, one of my favorite game in number 1 is One Step from Eden. One Step from Eden, if you remember Mega Man Battle Network, this will scratch that itch if you want to play. So, One Step from Eden is a fast-paced roguelike blending deck building with grid-based action combat, same as Mega Man Battle Network. Initially, it is quite overwhelming due to its steep learning curve. The game challenges players to balance attacking and dodging in its unique 4x8 grid battlefield. Enemies and bosses are swift and demand precise timing, with attacks often requiring specific positioning. But the success, man, it is so rewarding. So success lies in embracing a spam attack and retreat strategy, alternating between aggressive damage dealing and defensive dodging during mana recharge. The variety of enemies and progressively tougher tiers keep battles engaging, while boss fights are a standout feature with their satisfying challenge and complex attack patterns. The game's deck building system shines the most, man. Offering a vast selection of cards to customize every runs, players can tailor decks to their playstyle, balancing consistency with power, and even optimize mana regeneration based on deck size. Artifacts add another layer of depth, granting passive benefits that significantly enhance strategies. Though late game difficulty can feel easier due to shields and optimized builds, the journey to mastering the game is immensely rewarding. With its tight mechanics, dynamic combat, and replayable design, One Step from Eden delivers hours of exhilarating strategic gameplay.